We've got a really cool Black Panther event coming up. Are you ready for no more paper tickets? And Disney is getting sued. Again. All this coming up next on Fresh Baked. Hi guys, David here with Fresh Baked with some news updates for you from around the Disneyland Resort. And we're going to start off with Disney's announcement that they've got a celebration, a 2-month-long celebration to coincide with the release of the new Black Panther Wakanda Forever movie. And I am so here for this. I'm here for anything really at Disneyland where we depart from the typical Disneyland experience and get to do new things, learn new things, experience new things at the Disneyland Resort. So starting November 11th, the day the film hits theaters, and is also the first day of the holiday season, guests at Avengers Campus and the Hollywood backlot will be treated to some extra themed celebrations. Per Disney, guests will encounter, learn from, and celebrate the arrival of new visiting warriors, taste Wakanda-inspired food, discover props from the film, and more. For starters, it sounds like we're going to get to see the new Black Panther featuring this still from the most recent trailer. I mean, that's definitely Shuri, right? We're all in agreement. The new Black Panther is Shuri. We'll also get to meet M'Baku, one of my favorite characters from Black Panther, who I imagine, if being featured in Avengers Campus, will also feature in the film, which I am definitely here for as well. He'll be inviting guests to join in the Way of the Jabari, the clan of which he is the leader. In the experience, he'll share some of the culture of the Jabari clan through chants and percussion, which sounds a bit like the Dora Milaje show. So it would be, I think, safe to assume that the M'Baku show will be replacing temporarily the Dora Milaje show. Can I also just add that the entrance for the Dora Milaje is one of the coolest things that you can experience at Avengers Campus, maybe in the entire park. I love the Dora Milaje show. So hopefully we'll be getting something like that with M'Baku as well. Next, per the update from Disney, there will be a celebration garden adjacent to the campus, just steps away from the site of the Collector's Fortress. My guess is they're talking about the old exterior queue for the Hyperion Theater that they're using now just as a seating area for guests to dine or just to relax. It's a huge space over there in between the Hyperion and Tower of Terror. That's right, I said Tower of Terror. The garden celebration will honor the legacy of the Black Panther in Wakandan lore, so look for some displays with short stories or artifacts. And then also nearby, which in this case means the Hollywood backlot, guests are going to be able to experience some of the tastes of Wakanda. These include the peri peri chicken with yellow jollof rice, butterfly PT lemonade, which looks fun as heck and sounds fun too. It's a dawa beverage made with vodka, lemonade, honey, ginger beer, and butterfly PT. I have no idea how any of this is going to come together and taste, but I'm going to definitely try it, so stand by. My guess is that they're going to be serving the drink at the Hollywood Lounge, the recently remodeled Hollywood Lounge, and that the food will be served at the studio catering truck, the food truck over there next to or across from the Hollywood Lounge. And then Shawarma Palace, both locations, will be serving an unpictured roasted pork wrap featuring spiced pork with black garlic sauce and chamula. And when I try that next month, it'll be the first time I've eaten at the Shawarma Palace since the land opened. That opening day was the first and last time that I've eaten at Shawarma Palace. So I'm looking forward to that. And that's why I love these events, because there's constant opportunities to try new foods and new experiences, so I don't have to eat the same thing over and over. That's a big deal for somebody who goes to the park as often as I do, and I'm sure there's a lot of you out there like that, which is why they do these events. So I'm really looking forward to this. Meanwhile, if you need another hint that Shuri is the new Black Panther, she's getting her own gauntlet to hold a drink with. Then back at the Hollywood backlot, which, by the way, let me make a small observation. I think this is the first time that Avengers Campus has crept outside of its boundary, into the Hollywood backlot or Hollywood land. I'm pretty sure this is the first time since the land opened. They were there. Marvel was there all the time in the backlot, in the before times, before Avengers Campus, before the shutdown and all that. Marvel was over there all the time. But I think since the land reopened or the land opened, this is the first time. And I mention this because I get the feeling that Disney is perhaps using this event as a means to test our appetite for more Avengers, more Marvel, beyond Avengers Campus as we know it today. We know actually already that they're building a third attraction, a new e-ticket. Well, They're talking about building a third attraction, an e-ticket over there behind Tower of Terror. That's right, I said Tower of Terror. And maybe they want to see today how guests respond to, a growth of the Avengers Campus outside of its normal boundary. Is the Black Panther film, which is going to be huge, I'm almost positive this is one of the biggest event films that Marvel's done in a little while, is the Black Panther film an opportunity, the first good opportunity that they've had to test that out. Now, I've been on record as saying that no matter how you feel about Avengers Campus in terms of its appeal, some people love it, some people don't like it at all. No matter how you feel about that, it's obvious. You go to the land today, it is outperforming. It is busier, more popular than Bugs Land ever was. It is consistently one of the busiest places in the entire park, and you could never have said that about Bugs Land. So put that in a mental pocket for now. Keep that as a reminder. I do think that depending on how this goes, which it may not even matter, but I do think depending on how this goes, we might see a future, finally, God, that would be great, a future for the Hollywood Land and Backlot, which has been a dead land walking forever. I think my smart money is on more Avengers Campus there. For now, we've got more Black Panther to check out. The Marvel Superstore in the Backlot will be featuring props and costumes from the film, plus Black Panther-themed gear for sale. Also in downtown Disney at the old ESPN Zone, which is funny, they go out of their way not to say that. They say the building next to the Star Wars gift shop or whatever in downtown Disney, but the ESPN Zone, you can be able to see a new limited edition mural featuring Black Panther by the same artist who did the King Chad mural back when Chadwick Boseman passed. The party begins at Avengers Campus on November 11th and extends through the entire holiday season and ends on January 8th. We'll be there to do everything that has been mentioned here, all the food, all the drinks. We'll look at all the merch, everything. I hope you can join us. Let's talk next about an interesting rumor posted the other day by WDWNewsToday. And this rumor is eliciting something of an emotional response from a lot of Disneyland fans out there. Per the rumor, Disney is planning to phase out paper tickets, and that could be as soon as within the next week or so. Presently, when guests buy, let's say, a ticket online, when you get to the park and you scan in for the first time, you are issued automatically a paper ticket at the turnstile. Now, with this story, I'm not certain what the phrase phased out means. I mean, it does imply that it's going to be done in stages as opposed to all at once. But I'm not sure how they would determine which tickets do get a paper ticket and which do not. I can imagine, for example, a scenario where those guests who did purchase a ticket online would probably just never get a paper ticket. You would just take your, the barcode that you got with when you purchased it online, flash it, and they would just let you in, and that's it. That's your ticket. Whereas guests who maybe purchase a ticket on site at one of the ticket booths, they might be issued a paper ticket. And I would say even that is probably just for now. Now, it was suggested in this update from WDW News Today that guests might be given the opportunity to purchase a paper ticket for an additional cost if they needed that extra backup. And if true, I would imagine that policy would only be in effect for as long as the turnstiles, the actual physical turnstiles that are in place now exist, those that have the ability to produce a paper ticket. But I don't think that's going to be a thing for very much longer. And I mention that because I think this rumor, this news story, is part of a larger plan that Disney has that will include new turnstiles, ones that are designed specifically for the Magic Bands, where you could just boop your way into the park. No regular turnstile at all. Those are already in place at Walt Disney World. I think it's just a matter of time before we get them here. And then eventually they would phase out not just the paper tickets, but just, the old turnstiles in general. By the way, I should add, now that I'm thinking about it, I should add that when Magic Keys first became available, they were told there's no physical ticket, right? There's no physical credit card style pass for annual passes, but you were given the option to purchase somewhere. Some were just given the paper tickets. Some weren't given any at all. Some were given the option to pay for one. But it wasn't the plastic card. It was just a paper annual pass. I'm not certain how that's going today. I haven't heard any stories. Has anybody opted to buy or been given a paper annual pass when they well, I guess it's been a while, right? It's been a year since we've been able to purchase an annual pass. We're going to get to that topic in a minute again. But, I could see somebody paying for, the credit card style annual pass, but I can't see anybody paying for a paper ticket. Because that just doesn't seem logical. Which, by the way, brings up an interesting question that Mondo from Five Fires asked us when in our most recent Magic Key or a Magic Band video. You asked an interesting question when I was in the queue.
Yes.
Yeah.
So when I was asking Dave, would you rather have a physical annual pass, the old school Disney pass, Magic Key pass, or a Magic Band?
Pretty sure everyone who responded to that question in the comments for that video said that they would rather have a physical annual pass. But the real question, I think, isn't so, because the assumption was that it's free. But the real question is, would you pay? Would you pay for a physical annual pass? Not a paper one, but the credit card style pass that they had in the past. I mean, obviously, everybody would prefer to have a free pass as opposed to paying $45 for a Magic Band. But what if Disney did give you the option, but they both cost $45? Would you pay $45 for the credit card pass? Assuming, of course, that they had the exact same functionality that they had then, the annual pass, and what I mean is that the old annual pass can actually do a lot more than the Magic Band can do today. Let us know what you think. Let us know if you would miss the paper tickets. Which, by the way, though this is being reported as a rumor, I am positive. I am positive that this is going to happen. If not just in the next week or so, as the rumor suggests, in the very near future. I am positive this is happening. Now, our last story today is one that I find particularly interesting. As you are all probably aware, the Disney company is currently in the middle of a lawsuit over the Magic Key program, specifically the Dream Key. It's believed that this lawsuit is one of the reasons why we haven't been able to buy a Dream Key or a Believe Key since, November, I think? Even longer for the Dream Key. And it's the reason why we can't buy any keys at all today still. But that lawsuit is specific to Disneyland and the Magic Key program. But recently, a new lawsuit has been filed over at Walt Disney World over their Park Pass reservation system. And it sounds like it's over the exact same thing that we're having here at Disneyland. Tell me if this sounds familiar. The suit alleges that on some days, reservation slots are full, or sold out, as we often say, for pass holders, but Disney continues to sell single-day tickets. Per the suit, this conduct by Disney is a predatory business practice aimed at exploiting the customers who support it the most, its annual pass holders. Disney abused a global pandemic to take advantage of its own loyal customers and increase its revenue. Disney has responded, saying, "We've been upfront with pass holders about the updates we've made, and we offered them the flexibility to opt in or opt out of the program early in the pandemic, including refunds if they desired. This lawsuit mischaracterizes the program and its history, and we will respond further in court." In other words, we told you what we were doing. It's in our terms and conditions. You had the opportunity to say yes or no. You chose to sign the contract and say yes. And like the Disneyland lawsuit, I'm sure that the lawyers representing these plaintiffs are fully aware of Disney's canned response in that case, that they're fully aware of the terms and conditions and everything, and they proceeded with the lawsuit anyway, which tells me that they believe that there is still merit to this case. And the fact that the Magic Key lawsuit is still ongoing right now, parts of it were dismissed, but many of the arguments being made by the plaintiffs were allowed to continue. The fact that that is still happening suggests that is the case, that there is some meat on that bone, that this is far more complex than Disney's ability to just say, read our terms and conditions, we said everything there, you're on your own. I mean, man, the ongoing saga of the Disney company, am I right? Well, it's a good thing that we have Disneyland as a place to go to escape from that and many other things. The Disneyland Resort, it still delivers every day, as does the Walt Disney World Resort as well. So thank goodness for that. And thank goodness for you guys. Thank you for watching. I do hope you enjoyed. I want to hear from you. I want to hear from you on all of these topics. I want to hear from you about Black Panther, but obviously about paper tickets, what you would be willing to pay for, and what you think about the new lawsuit at the Walt Disney World. And then follow us on Instagram at _FreshBaked, on Twitter at FreshBakedDisney, that's fresh with no E, and on TikTok at FreshBakedDisney. And if you like our show and want to show your support, please do consider joining our Patreon campaign at patreon.com/freshbaked. Otherwise, thanks again for watching, everybody. We love you. Be safe out there. Be kind to one another. Get fresh baked.
to stand before you today on behalf of King T'Challa and the kingdom of Wakanda. I am Boye, General of the Dormilaje, here on a special assignment from the Black Panther himself to personally train all of you recruits to become warrior allies of Wakanda. Are you my ally? I thought so. So, the Dormilaje will assist me. Before we begin, let us take a moment of silence for all of the kings and queens who have left us to join the ancestral way. Peace be to the ancestors. Now, are you ready to begin your training?
Yeah. You know it, girl.
In order to become a warrior ally of Wakanda, you must first understand the purpose of the Dormilaje. Dormilaje means adored one. As the defenders of the throne of Wakanda, it is our sole mission to protect the king, the Black Panther himself.